LeBron called the USA Avengers. Send the dogs, bro.
Kyle Kuzma, he's not my 20th choice.
Fantasy football, fantasy basketball.
The only people that play fantasy basketball are fantasy sickos like Gio.
It's me. I am fantasy sickos.
The NBA needs a red zone.
You want to hear my top 5 point guard, Jack? Fifth, D Fox.
Trae Young is not as good as De'Aaron Fox.
Trae Young averaged 26 and 10. He averaged a double-double.
Welcome back to another episode of Harder Than Paint. It's your boy JBobby, the host with the most. Listen, before you do anything, like and subscribe. ISO, this is usually a segment where I go one-on-one, but I have a question for y'all. What do you want us to talk about? You know, you guys have been listening, you guys have been supporting, and we want to know, what do you want to hear from us? So next episode, let us know in the comments, and then we'll respond to whatever you want us to talk about. Around the key this time, we got a special guest in the building, Jack Perotti, host of Caps Off.
Let's go,
Make some
boys.
fucking noise.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, jet the fuck up, JBobby.
Jet the fuck up.
Jet the fuck up.
You know, me and Jack went to the Jets game last night. You know, I'm an avid football fan. You know, I'm a Jets for lifer, you know, and Jack is now a Jets fan as well. We went to the game. We held it down. Good luck, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Zach Wilson.
I'm convinced after this for sure, bro. I was telling you last night. I was like, you know, I wasn't really on the bandwagon before, but even with Zach Wilson winning that game, I'm like, I'm all in on the Jets this year.
Baby.
Yeah.
All the fucking, I don't even care if they make the playoffs. That'd be sick.
So if you love football, make sure you go to the Caps Off podcast. Where can they find you? YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, probably literally everywhere. You can see it all. Then me and G, we got the baseball show.
Oh,
too.
yeah. The Hot Corner show. You like baseball?
Baseball
I was
postseason.
there.
I know JBobby fucks with baseball heavy.
Bobby Baseball.
That's what they call him.
If you like baseball, don't watch this show. Now I'm playing. LeBron called the USA Avengers after Dylan Brooks dropped 39 on Team USA, which is crazy. I think LeBron had enough.
This happens every international cycle, right? Like these FIBA teams, like these international teams, they've been playing together for 4 or 5 years together. Like Dennis Schroeder's been playing for Germany for 5 years, with this same core unit. USA only cares about the gold medal or the Olympics, and I understand that. Like you don't want to. They spent the whole summer in where were they this year? I don't even know.
Australia.
Philippines. They spent the summer in the Philippines, basically just playing basketball and doing this. This is their summer. So I understand why, but this happens every cycle where it's like, all right, we get our asses whooped in the FIBA games because we send the C and D teams, and then the Olympics. All right, here comes the A team, and then we crush them, the gold. So I mean, it's fine. This happens every time.
As funny as it would be to go in the Olympics and win with fucking Austin Reeves at shooting guard or whatever, that would be hysterical. Austin Reeves getting the gold medal, whatever. But I want to see Team USA at its best beat every fucking country by 40, 50 points. Yeah. I'm gonna bet the spreads on that crazy. That's gonna be hilarious. But just show hey, we're still those dudes. The USA is still the country of basketball. No one else would fuck with us at all if we actually tried. I just feel it's, I don't know. I don't understand why all those stars don't want to play in these big tournaments.
But I'm saying FIBA is just whatever, bro.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about FIBA.
I'm saying when we go to the Olympics, we got to send the dogs over there. But
I feel the Olympics though, they still have a lot of superstars that sit out of the Olympics nowadays.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, last year. Now, take it with a grain of salt because the thing is, it was COVID, and that's why a lot of them backed out. But LeBron and company did say they wanted to play. I think it was Japan was the last Summer Olympics, and they backed out. Last year, it was kind of the big three was really KD. It was Dame who kind of struggled on Bam. But, I mean, this year it's in Paris. There's no pandemic, so I don't see why they wouldn't go.
For the Olympics team coming up, you will see an Austin Reeves or someone else like that because you're not going to have – no, listen, you're not going to have 12 – superstars on this team. You'll have maybe 9 or 10.
Bro, if Austin Reeves is on that roster, I am betting on the field to win the Olympics.
You have to have at
all
least
right, don't
one.
do that.
No. You have to have at least
they always
one
take
or two
one
guys.
young guy.
It won't be
Dream
Austin
Team
Reeves,
famous
bro.
For not famous, but
they have Leitner.
That's what I was gonna say. Leitner, they took AD.
I feel it'd be Paolo or something like that.
No, I mean. I'd rather Austin
Reeves.
Just
to piss off Team Italy just a little one more time.
Especially if it's
Pretty
LeBron.
funny.
LeBron's boys with Austin Reeves. He'll bring them.
No, send the dogs, bro. Send the dogs, bro. That's just simple, bro.
Yeah.
Send the dogs. I don't want to see
Steph,
the young
KD, Bron, give me
send all the dogs. Send all the firepower we got. Send that shit. Let's not play around.
They need big.
I want Jalen.
They do need.
Kuzma said that he wanted to be on.
I want Jaylen Brown to be like the fucking 12th man.
They
Really
do.
get
They
their
need-
shit.
they
Like,
need-
they need
come
rebound.
on.
They need bigs.
They got smoked on the boards in FIBA.
That's
and
FIBA.
why they
FIBA
lost,
is-
so they do
we'll
need
play-
big men.
Bro, KD can grab some boards on the fucking. He's 6'11".
I know, but like
chilling.
FIBA plays big. All FIBA basketball players are just bigs. They're just a bunch of bigs. They won't play small ball. If you try to play small ball, they'll just be like, all right, I'm just gonna keep sending out bigs. We're gonna out
bunch of
rebound
big
you.
Eastern European motherfuckers that eat like
Yeah.
10 pounds of turkey a day or some shit.
Steve Kerr should not coach the next the Olympic team because he's just gonna play small ball. You need bigs on this roster. Who are the best bigs
How
that
do you
USA
know
can
he's
send
gonna
out?
play small ball?
Bam.
That's not-
Because he did it this time, and they fucking didn't even get a
did.
medal.
They
They
didn't
didn't even get a
They
medal.
didn't have bigs though.
Exactly. That's what I'm
So
saying.
that doesn't make sense.
Triple J.
Bro,
He
honestly,
sucks.
if
if
Triple
you
J
want
was
if
his
you want
man.
help on the boards, fucking put Kevon Looney on the damn team
like
USA.
who's
Hey, he's a great rebounder.
He is a great
settle
rebounder.
down.
Right.
You just said you said Jaylen Brown is your 12th man, and now you want fucking Kevon
Now, but
Looney.
Colin's saying we
Kevon
gotta
Looney?
get guys to
But-
get boards. Kevon Looney,
But for Team
he's
USA,
a board getter. That's all he does.
Draymond's gonna play, and Draymond will get rebounds.
Team
Yeah,
USA.
it's
Okay,
close.
but Team USA, like you know the skilled players. Who would be your bigs that you want to send to the Olympics?
Damn.
Bam.
Bam.
AD,
Cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
I like Cat.
Yeah, Cat
I
could
like
work.
Cat
Cat
can get
'cause
boards
that's
and
the
shoot.
way
Well,
I'm saying.
Bam, AD, Cat.
But for AD, as a Lakers fan for yourself, JBobby, do you want him to be healthy for the season? You want him to play for the
Yeah,
season?
Stephen A.
I mean,
looked
that-
freaked
Stephen,
out.
yeah, Stephen
It
A.
would be
freaked out.
scary. I would be
Cross
scared
that
if, as a Lakers fan, have
I
AD
don't give a
play.
fuck with Stephen A. He talks like me. so
That's why I'm asking you.
I'm saying I would want to see AD over there, bro. I think it's good for him to stay in shape, stay in basketball shape, and stay healthy and have that run for him. I know you don't want the wear and tear on his body, but like I would like to see that personally, bro. Like I would like to go see them running up. I want to see the Lakers get a chip and then go to the Olympics and bust that ass. That's what I would like to see personally.
Okay.
I'd be scared if I'm a Laker fan. I see AD in the Olympics though. Like I don't want him to get hurt there.
I was nervous when KD was on the Nets and he was far and away the best player on the team, but I was nervous every fall he took.
Why don't we put Nick Claxton on the damn team too at this point? Come
This
on.
guy's got good ideas. This guy's got good
I don't like
ideas.
that.
He knows
I
how to
don't like
switch.
that. Like
Two defensive player of the year, Nick
this
Claxton.
FIBA team though, the two players that I would bring over to this gold medal team as like depth players is Anthony Edwards and Austin Reeves. Honestly, I
Oh yeah,
just
I think
because-
Ant should make it
And-
regardless.
and was the best player far
Yeah,
and wide.
Ant's coming.
And then Austin Reeves, like he was unbelievable off the bench, and very underrated, and he's LeBron's guy.
Honestly, how did Jaren Jackson play? Did he play well?
He
I
did
didn't
not
know.
He didn't get
well.
rebounded.
Bad on
Nah.
the boards.
Yeah.
Bad on the boards. But
I think he had
let's
more
talk-
fouls than rebounds.
So like,
Oh, that's good.
That's
when
your
we
deep
talk
boy,
about-
huh?
We talk about role players, right? Jalen Brunson said he expressed interest in coming. I don't want him to come.
I also
Kyle
expressed
Kuzma-
interest in coming.
I'm
bro.
expressing interest.
Kyle
in
Kuzma
playing in the Olympics.
wants to come.
So do I.
He's not coming.
Like,
You can stay in DC, my boy. Go
bro,
to
he's not
fashion
even
shows.
he's not even the best player on the fucking Washington Wizards. How the hell he's gonna make Team USA?
That's debatable.
I mean, yeah, it's
debatable.
you hated Jordan Poole for months on
yeah, you
end.
did.
Now now he's
no.
now he's
I
good
hated
again.
Jordan Poole in the playoffs, but
Okay.
Jordan Poole's still a better
You
player
think he's
than
better
Kyle
than
Kuzma.
Kuzma?
Yes,
Why?
absolutely. He can shoot.
I think he's better than Kuzma.
I don't-
I think Jordan Poole's a guy that can fill it up at a way higher clip than Kuzma can.
I don't.
Poole's got
He's
a
a
higher
horrific
he's got a
defender,
higher
though.
ceiling too.
Jordan Poole is one of the worst defenders I've ever fucking watched him with my own
Well,
eyes.
he
But
said like
can
when
fill it
this
up.
whole came up, he tweeted out he was like Team USA needs role players, guys who can shoot and like play defense, and like that's just like hilarious coming from like
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
he's a role player, check, he can shoot, check, defense. I don't know if
Defense,
there's a symbol that's
he's
an
a
opposite of a check,
liability.
but it's that.
You could put a traffic cone out
Man,
there and
make
do
the
the same
call,
thing.
Caruso.
Actually,
That'd be kind of sick.
Listen, man.
That would be sick. Sorry, what were you gonna say? Go.
I was gonna say we need two white boys that play defense. We get Reeves and Caruso.
Love it. Two
Hey,
LeBron- two
get
LeBron's
Grayson
guys.
Allen out there too for a
No,
little
no,
intimidation
to hurt somebody.
No, but I will say like Kyle Kuzma, like obviously he's not my 20th choice to make Team USA. But if he's on Team USA, I don't hate it.
I hate it.
Who are guys you
he's
would
better-
who are guys you would have
At least if Kuzma's on Team USA though in the Olympics, like he's forced to wear a tracksuit, not some like atrocious shit before every single game. Like it's all good. We can control that.
Kuzma's a skilled player, and he again best player I think on the Wizards, and I think he could fill that depth role of a longer player that could get the rebounds, that could shoot.
who are some guys you would take ahead of Kuzma?
Well, that's okay. LeBron obviously. Steph.
I'm talking like guys in his
No.
Probably.
Of course you would take LeBron.
I would take Tatum over him for sure. sure, bro.
Yo, that's great.
Hot
Steph
take.
Curry, like trying
What
to
about like
Oh,
KCP? Like I'm thinking of like guys
not
who are like
KCP.
role
KCP.
players. All right, that's closer than
so you're
what
saying-
LeBron
No,
is to
I would,
Kuzma.
like-
You're asking who's the worst player you would take on Team USA instead of Kyle Kuzma?
Yes. More or less,
like
more or less.
Austin, like
Okay.
Austin Reeves. I would take probably. I would take Paolo, honestly, Banchero over Kyle
Yeah.
Kuzma, just because he's young
Yeah.
and it's just a little bit more fun. Give him the reps, and the Team Italy hate. And it's
Give
fun.
me Anthony Lamb, Warrior legend.
What about
Kevon
just
Looney.
because we all
Just
know
give him
how
all
great he is, but he struggled immensely in FIBA. Who would you rather have on Team USA, Brandon Ingram or
Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle
Oh,
Kuzma?
Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle
Kyle
Kuzma.
Kuzma.
Brandon Ingram.
Kyle Kuzma.
I feel like Brandon Ingram's a better player.
Kyle
He,
Kuzma.
he
That's
ju-
not,
he
that's
just
not the
did it.
question.
He sucked. He sucked in this.
He sucked in FIBA.
Yeah, and that's what
My
we're going to
only
be playing.
my only
this
thing
with
is, I
these
think
guys.
if Brandon Ingram gets one more summer under his belt with these coaches, they're going to tell him, "Listen, bro, you are not going to be our microwave like ISO score. Like we need you to spot up and like shoot the ball."
Yeah.
And I think knowing how poorly this summer went,
scorer.
he knows he's got to change his NBA role, and I believe he can do that.
Yeah.
If
100%.
it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck, man. He ain't gonna change. He is who he is. You said he's a person that needs the ball in his hands. He needs to cook. He's not a role player. He's not gonna dive on the floor. He's not gonna spot up or nothing. That's not him. So you got to get a player that will do that, and Kyle Kuzma will be that role player that will do that. If we're talking about role players, we need role players. Just like the Redeem team, they got players that match well, and they were part of the process that were going to get you to win. It wasn't about having the biggest names. It was about putting pieces together and putting a team together and people that will do the dirty work and go win. So B.I., he ain't that, and that's cool. That's fine. You go cook in New Orleans with Zion and the big booty woman, but this ain't that, brother.
I feel like that's why
I
a
just
guy
think
like
the coaches are going to
what
get
you
in
just
his
said though.
ear.
Like
You said
that's
what?
why Dre would be.
My faith is just on the coaching staff to be like, no, like put up or shut up. Like they'll tell him.
Yeah, but
know
like
who-
that's
you know
the
who
thing.
won't
Like
do that?
I love coaching. Coaching is important, but the player has to have the will and want to do
I feel-
that.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
true.
get
That's
that,
true.
but I'm just saying, like you were just in FIBA, and we expected much out of you, and you were on a team that wasn't as talented. Imagine when you get on a team that is more talented than that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a shell of yourself again. Like
Okay, I feel like Steve Curtis didn't give a fuck though about like coaching in FIBA.
should have, though. He
It was
should
more
have.
like a measuring stick to see like which of these players that they can bring to Team USA. I feel like for the Olympics, and this he was just kind of like chilling. Like I feel like when the Olympics come around, Steve Kerr, whoever that coaching staff is for the
I don't
USA,
think
for that
it
is going to be
Steve Kerr,
totally
though.
different.
You know
I don't
who-
understand
you know who it should be.
why it wasn't.
It should be
Steve
Spo.
Kerr gets
It's-
all the Warriors players to buy into that
But why,
system. Like,
why
I feel
wasn't
like
it
it'd be-
Spo?
It should be Spo. It should.
It's-
Spo should be the coach.
Spo,
Every
Spo
sing-
to me,
Yeah, I
Spo's
don't
the
know
best
who
coach
makes
in the
that
NBA,
call.
so-
every single player
But-
loves Spo.
But
Like,
you have
he's
you
the
have
best
to
coach
you
in
have to
the
want
NBA.
you have to want to coach Team USA.
I think Spo would. He was the assistant. He would easily be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll coach an Olympic team. Sure, why not? Get the gold.
mean-
Absolutely.
Either way, I think either Spo or Steve Kerr could make all those players buy into actually playing for Team USA and like knowing your role. Especially if you got leaders like LeBron and guys like that have been there, done that. Like you need that veteran presence.
So
I feel like
Spo would fix BI. You think?
I'm not saying
You just
Spo
said
would
you'd get it
fix-
to play. You get them to fill into their role.
That's
That's what I'm saying about the coaching staff. Like,
I'll be honest, didn't watch a fucking lick of FIBA, so I have no idea what BI played like. But if he tried to do his own thing the whole time,
Oh,
just get
that's
him
how
off the team.
That's why you don't know how bad Bi was.
Yeah, you need
was
non-selfish
fucking
players.
horrible.
They
Was he
didn't-
that
they didn't-
bad?
they didn't
I
play
told-
him at all
Remember I
in the
told you that
semis.
Bi had fucking 3 points, and you was like, yeah, he's gonna bounce back. I told you.
I didn't say he was going to bounce
You was
back.
like-
I said,
you was
you
like,
were
you
were
could-
comparing him to KD, and I said, yeah, KD probably had bad FIBA games when he was like 25 too.
Well, I think fantasy basketball is trash. I think it's one of
Stupid
the worst
as
things
shit.
ever invented. That's something you got to switch your lineups every fucking day. I don't know why anybody plays fantasy basketball. You got to be a sick motherfucker. I mean, between fantasy football is the best in the world. So I don't understand why you even do that. I don't know. I love basketball. Don't get me wrong. I love basketball, but fantasy basketball, that's just not my
It's
thing.
me.
Bro, the only people that play fantasy basketball are fantasy sickos like Gio.
It's
Gio
me.
plays fantasy
It's
NASCAR,
me.
bro.
It's me. I am.
How the fuck do you play
sicko.
fantasy
convince
NASCAR?
us-
I'm a
convince us to play
fantasy
fantasy
sicko.
basketball.
All right, listen. If you play fantasy baseball, you don't play fantasy baseball. But to people who are like, no. But what I'm
That
saying
goes
is,
without saying.
no, because JBobby was saying how you have to set your lineup every single day. Fantasy baseball is the same shit. If you're a fantasy baseball player and you don't like fantasy basketball because you have to set your lineup every single day, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. Also, it's not hard work to set your lineup every day. You either wake up in the morning and first thing you do, go to your lineup, check it, boom.
That's
there
the
you go.
first thing you
Forget
do
it.
every morning?
Forget
Much.
it. Or before you go to bed at night, there's an option to go click to the next day. Click. All right, let me adjust my lineup.
But
It's
why do
so
you
fucking
care?
easy.
Like,
it's so easy. Why do you care about fantasy football? Because you like
Because
football.
it's 3 days a
You
week
can
where you can
take
actually
days
like
off, like,
follow
How
the
many,
games.
how many days do you look at your fantasy football lineup?
Like 3 or 4.
There's no shot. There's no shot. People
That's
that
what I
play
do,
fantasy
too.
football look at their lineup every single day. There's
No.
100%
No,
fa-
'cause
You
Yeah,
don't look
games.
every day because they
I look
play
every-
3
Why
times
would
a
you
week.
every single day?
They're still
To
there.
see- no,
Bro,
to see
I look on
updates.
Sunday. Oh, here's what my
yeah,
players
yeah,
are doing. I look fucking Wednesday night or Thursday morning because I'm like,
Wrong.
let's set it for the week.
Already wrong.
And then I'm done.
Already wrong.
Well,
You're already wrong.
wait, hold on.
You're already wrong.
Gio, how many football leagues are you in?
I'm in 9.
How many dynasty leagues?
2.
That's fucking
Let me
psychotic.
explain. No. You look at the fantasy football lineup, the app way more. You look on Sundays because you have to set your lineup.
You didn't
and
say
you
the
have to
app. You
start-
said your lineup.
Fine, lineup. It doesn't matter. It's the same shit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? What are we?
I don't
saying?
look at my lineup every time I look at the app. I'm looking at waiver wire players.
When you open the fantasy football app and you go to my team, the first thing that pops up is your lineup. So
Then
you're
I
gonna look
click
at-
players.
Okay, you're still looking at it. Anyway, you're still opening the fantasy football app.
Bro, why?
Sundays.
I have no idea what this is
Sundays,
going.
you're looking at it Mondays for the Monday night game to see how you did too. You're looking at Tuesdays for the waiver. You're looking at Wednesday to see who you got. Then Thursday's already fantasy football. Friday and Saturday, you might as well tune up some things, move some things around, and then Sunday again. So you're looking at it at least, the very least, 5 times a week. Fantasy basketball.
This is like when you read the
so-
thing and it's like you should drink like 36 cups of water in a week, and it's like no, like I
There's-
never ever
There's
ever
really
do that.
like
Maybe you
there's,
got it.
there's
but-
really
I
like
always do, yeah.
if you're a
I kill it.
basketball fan, there's really like no, it's not that big of a deal. Like at night, right before you go to bed,
Bro,
go to next.
you know why?
While you're watching the game, just look at it. It's
know-
so easy.
You know why fantasy basketball stinks? Is because
Why?
we have red zone on Sundays for NFL. We can pay attention to every single NFL game that happens during a week. There's no fucking chance we can pay attention to every
I'm
NBA
pretty sure.
game.
NBA
I
has
have
I'm
league
pretty sure,
pass,
yeah,
and
league pass.
I've tried fantasy basketball for years, and it's tough to.
Yeah, bro,
You
you
don't have to
gonna
watch
watch? You gonna
every-
watch Wizards Bulls? Absolutely not.
No, you don't have to watch Wizard.
you
Who
might. You're a
cares?
sicko.
I'll be watching the
but-
Nets.
Who cares? Just watch
Yeah,
your
let me
team
ask
and then
you,
keep
which
track
one
of it.
is better, fantasy football or fantasy basketball?
Fantasy football. I mean, fantasy football though is in a league of
Clears.
its. It clears everything.
All right,
It
look,
clears
right?
everything. It
All right.
clears gambling too. Like fantasy
Gio,
football.
start bench cut. Fantasy basketball, fantasy baseball, fantasy NASCAR.
Fantasy NASCAR. I don't give a shit about.
But
fantasy
listen, let me
NASCAR.
tell you,
Like, I don't
it
give a
doesn't.
fuck.
It doesn't clear.
Fine, my
Look,
friends do it.
fantasy football does not clear gambling.
I think it does.
No. It
Oh,
doesn't.
no.
Because
No.
I won,
Gambling's
I won,
way better,
I
bro.
won-
Oh, come on.
I won in
The
both.
ceiling is so high for gambling.
Gio, I won in both of my leagues, and I'm still depressed because I lost all my parlays.
Exactly.
I don't
You
give a
lose.
fuck.
You lose all your parlays. You're losing money. Fantasy football, at least, or you're winning stuff. You're
I
actually
mean,
winning.
yeah, but it's like it
Or
doesn't matter
if you're
until
good
you
at
get to the
gambling,
playoffs.
then you're winning shit.
Listen, fantasy basketball. It's such an easy thing to set your lineup. If that's what scares you, it's easy, and it's like.
But like, it's not as fun because you do it every day, and then you got to watch
cares?
all the games.
You don't
every
have to
day.
watch every. I'm not. No one's holding a gun to your
I
head to
mean,
say watch
yeah.
every single game. You have to watch Wizards Pistons. No, you don't. You could watch just watch the primetime games, and you could keep track of everything. Like you don't even have to keep track. You could just check the next day. Oh, this like you draft the main players that you keep track of. You follow Trae Young. You know what Trae Young does every single day. So if he's on your team, you know what he's doing.
The NBA needs a red zone, I think. Something that like hones in when it's like the witching hour, that's like 5 minutes left in the game. Something where it's like this guy's like cooking right now, like we're gonna cut into like this guy. Like there's plenty of like the game like slow. It's
I feel
football
like it'd be
slows down,
hard,
so it's a
though,
little bit
because-
easier, but
Yeah,
it's better. It's better than what we. It's
It's
better than what we
How
have
are you
right
gonna
now.
keep up with that? You know,
And it'd be
like-
sick though, because there are games every night. You imagine
Oh.
red zone every night.
I would fucking love
I'd
that.
never
Because
leave my
basketball is the
house.
most
I'd be a
exciting
fucking
sport to
hermit.
watch.
Yeah,
Like,
I would say it's harder to do fantasy baseball than it is basketball because with baseball there are
now we're
games.
going back.
No, listen.
We're
talking
listen.
red zone.
No, I know
One at
we're
a time,
talking
one
red
at a
zone.
time.
It's only one type of B word used in the show, and it's not that one.
I'm just saying, like, circling back, because with baseball, there are games during the day, and you have to make sure your lineup's set. At basketball, it's at night. So you have all day while you're at work. If you want something to do at work, when people fucking scroll at work, if you're bored, just look at your lineup really quick.
Yo, no
first
one cares
basketball
about
game's like at
fantasy
6.
basketball.
And that's been Gio's take on why you should play.
Play fantasy basketball. It's fun.
The NBA has implemented a rule where two superstars cannot rest at one time.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I thought they fixed it with the All NBA stuff, with the fucking whatchamacallit. You have to play a minimum games to be All NBA to win all these awards, whatever. I thought they fixed that. Now they're just adding something else, adding another layer. It's gonna like players, the owners. I don't know if the owners will agree to it. Number one, and number two, the players, they could just like, what's stopping them from playing a single minute and then just leaving right away, fouling and then exiting the game? What will hurt them is the per
make
game
another
stats.
rule next
The per
year.
the per game stats will hurt them. Sure, but like if you're like a LeBron guy, if you're LeBron, for example, and you need to get that 65 game mark, and you don't really care about your points per game and your per game stats, whatever, he'll go in for a minute, foul, and then he hits 65.
Well, what
and
if
that's
you
it.
put like a minute, like minimum, like you have to play?
That's what I'm
Now
saying.
we're-
They'll
now
do
we're
that,
getting-
and then next summer they're gonna add a bylaw, and it's gonna be have to play at least like 12
what
minutes
are we
or
talking
something.
about? There's such a simple fix is stop doing the back-to-backs. The NBA is just
Yes,
trying to
that's what I
cram
was
their
gonna say.
schedule into a specific schedule and being like, we have to finish at this point in the season. No one said you have to. No one says you have to finish at this point. I get it, but like make less back-to-backs.
says that.
Stop having 3 games in 4 nights. Like what are we that's why players are resting.
They do have to finish a similar spot because you saw when they had the COVID year, it messed everything up and everyone was complaining and everything. If you want to eliminate back-to-backs, I think you cut down the season by if you cut it to 68 games, there's no back-to-backs. Even if you want to cut it to maybe like 72,
82 is a
73.
lot of games.
Well, eliminate the preseason too, and you only have to cut it to like 72 games instead. I'm a basketball junkie, and when teams have like when I follow the Nets, that's the team I cover, when they have back-to-backs, I'm never like, damn, or when they have like a day off, I'm never like, damn, like I need Nets again, like 24 hours later. Like, I don't think anyone feels that way. You can go a day without your
Season starts. Season
I'm gonna have
starts.
to check in.
No, but
Give me Nick Claxton 7 nights a week.
Please.
If I can say that, if I can go without the Nets, you all can go without
wait,
the
the
Nets.
season starts. The season starts what? November, right? Correct me
Late
if I'm wrong.
October. Late October.
Like, isn't it like back in like a bunch like 10 years ago? Am I making this up that the season started like earlier October? Like, am I making that up?
Probably
I
not.
don't
Gio's
know.
take is fix the schedule.
Just
It's
fix the
really better.
schedule. It's so simple. You don't have to
68
eliminate-
games, no more back-to-backs.
You don't have to eliminate any games. Keep it 82. Just move things around. Yeah, have a back-to-back every now and then, but like
Nah, no back-to-backs.
playing
No
it
back-to-backs.
better. Playing it better.
Back-to-backs is something that I feel like was going on back in like the fifth, longer than that too, and like past that too. And it's like a rule that they
Where they're
should have
shooting into
fixed, but they
apple
just
baskets.
didn't. Exactly. Yeah.
I actually like that proposed rule though, where only one superstar can sit. Like from a fan's perspective, if you're spending all this money, like let's say we all live in New York, you want to see LeBron come play here, right? If LeBron and AD are both healthy, but they're on the second wave of back-to-back here, and they sit, you spent all this fucking money as a fan to go see LeBron and AD and the Lakers come play, and now you got what? You got Austin Reeves and all these motherfuckers that like.
I agree. I agree with that because, like, think about the prices, the ticket prices at Madison Square Garden, fucking through the roof. So
If you play the Orlando Magic, it's $150 for a nosebleed.
and usually, like, players are they're going to play at the Garden. But imagine if you bought a ticket to see LeBron and AD play, and they both sat
Well,
out.
let's
I would
say-
lose my fucking
Yeah.
mind.
Let's say you're some
You
kid
paid
that.
$300 just to fucking
Yeah.
get in the building, and they motherfuckers are sitting down having a fucking great time.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, imagine you're some kid. You're like the biggest LeBron fan in the world. You live in middle of nowhere, Utah. But you're like, holy shit, the Lakers come to town. They're playing the Jazz, but no one gives a fuck about the Jazz. So the Lakers sit their superstars, and you're just sitting there. You're like, damn, like my family just spent fucking $500 on tickets for me to see no one. Like that sucks.
Yeah, blame the league. Don't blame the players. I don't blame the players at all for resting. I don't care. Rest all you want. It does not
No,
matter. It really doesn't matter.
At some point, that's why I like.
No,
That's why I like
it's-
what Ant says though.
like-
Ant is like, I get what the fans' perspective is. Like this could be their one and only NBA game ever. I want to come and play for them and make it a.
I-
That's
No,
what
listen,
Jordan used to
I
always
get
say.
it
That's
for
why he
hurt.
played so hard.
I get
Yeah.
if you're hurt, or I get if like you're just.
If you're hurt, sure.
But I'm saying, but I get like every game you're not gonna go 100% and ball out. I understand that, but if you're not hurt, then you should play. Like
Exactly.
there's no
I
reason for you to
agree.
sit out.
Yeah.
Like I understand the resting. I understand it. I get it. Like for instance, I'm a LeBron fan. Everybody knows this. Him resting, I understand. The motherfucker's old. He has a lot
38.
of minutes on his body.
Yes.
But if the motherfucker just wants to take a night off, just cruise. Just cruise through the night.
Yeah.
And then after
Just-
a while, just sit your ass
just
down.
facilitate that game.
If I'm coming
Like-
to see you, I'm coming to see you. Play, motherfucker. And you don't even got that much time left. Like Kawhi, this motherfucker barely plays. If I like Kawhi, I'll be extremely upset because I probably would never see that motherfucker play.
You could have tickets to 10 of his games. You might see him play once, bro.
Bro.
I get it, but if I'm like a Clippers fan, for example, and I want like my team to do well, and Kawhi's sore, am I gonna risk him getting injured in this back-to-back, or am I gonna risk him when he's
Well,
been
that's
like
JBobby
going
said, if
grinding and
he's-
grinding? I
if
get
he's
it.
hurt, don't play.
No, but
Like-
there's like hurt, but like you could be
This
like real.
motherfucker,
You could be
he
like
sat out, he sat out and he still got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. You could get
You know what I mean?
Like,
Like
there's
he
strains
sat
in-
up, it still got hurt.
there's the wear and tear on your body. Like I'd rather him
like,
sit for a night or two and just not see him play whatever,
still, like,
rather than him play and then get hurt.
But,
And
Bro,
then
I'm a
that's
Warrior.
the whole
I'm a
business.
Warriors fan. If Steph's got like a mild ankle sprain, I still want him to play when I see him play because I paid
But
tickets
that's
to go see
but
Steph
that's
Curry.
fair if
Like,
he has an ankle sprain because he's hurt.
yes,
You know what I'm
if
saying?
he
Like,
doesn't
that's a
play,
legit
I'm like,
reason.
all right, I get it. But if he's just like on like a second leg of back to back and he doesn't play, I'm fucking pissed.
so guess what? You know what teams are going to do to get around it? They're just going to say their players have an injury. They have an injury designation.
They
They're
do
not
that
gonna put-
now though, and they
Ex-
still get fined though. They still get
But
fined
then, but it's how?
because
How
they
do
know
get
it's they
fined?
know it's horseshit.
But like,
I know
what's
the Nets
league-
did it against the Pacers last year, and they got fucking hit with a check because
I
they were
remember
like,
that, I remember that,
he's
yeah.
got a headache, his quad's a little tight.
Well,
Like,
don't say quad tightness. Say like legit, like ankle injury, whatever. Like with the funny thing.
torn
is-
ACL.
teams are gonna get an injury line
Gio's gonna be like,
department.
could
so
be
they
a
can-
suspect Achilles
No,
injury.
but you know
like-
what? You know what the funny thing about like hockey is, which is I always thought was cool. When a player gets hurt, they just say upper body or lower body. They don't give you the exact injury detail. They say upper body or lower body. That's it.
Because that shit is CTE, my boy.
That's it.
Yeah, but hockey players are also psychopaths and play with a fucking torn ACL in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, granted, yes. But like with NBA, like you're gonna see a lot more of like LeBron being like ankle, like knee, whatever bullshit,
Leg.
wrist, whatever, hand. Like
Hey.
you're gonna see a lot of that instead of saying rest.
body
Hear me out,
parts.
ear.
Instead of just rest, you know.
You know what it is? You know,
W, Gio.
Got me passionate. I'm passionate. Fired
I
up
was
right
about
now.
to say some wild shit. No,
Why you
Say
so-
wild. Say get wild. Come on. Let's get
It
wild.
would have made sense.
It's fine too.
I mean, a wild night after Miami, it might be STD. But
Here we go.
you want to hear my top 5 point guard, Jack?
Oh yeah.
Let's get mad.
Is this all time or what?
No, this is right now.
All right. I
One,
might not like it.
Curry.
Still?
Yeah.
All right. That's my boy right there.
2,
Come on.
Luka.
Okay.
By default, I don't even know what Luka.
I feel like
I guess
I
he's
feel
a
like I
point guard.
want to call him a shooting guard but he's definitely not a
He's just-
shooting
he's
guard.
just
But he's
a-
kind of a point guard, kind of a small forward, and that's in between.
He's just
that, but-
Luka.
but it's still wrong.
like,
He is
I would call him a point guard if anything.
third on the same team. Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
All right. Fourth, the abdominal man, Damian Lillard.
Okay.
And fifth,
Rajon Rondo.
D Fox.
Oh, I like that. I like D Fox at
Who are
5.
you expecting? Who are you?
Ish Smith.
Tyrese.
Oh,
You want
Ty-
Ish
Tyrese
Smith?
Halliburton? He's not better than D Fox.
Who?
You think
Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton is better than D Fox?
No,
Correct.
no.
Not
It's
yet.
close.
Not yet, bro.
It's close,
Not
but Darren Fox is definitely
I'll
better.
yet.
say like I wouldn't have been mad if you put Trae Young in this list. I think he's
I would have.
exceptional. Why?
Trey Young is not as good as De'Aaron Fox.
I agree with you.
He's not as good as De'Aaron.
Average-
Darren Fox is a killer on defense. Trae Young is not.
Trae Young averaged
Again,
26
we're
to
doing
10.
the thing
De'Aaron
where we
Fox
doing
can
the
finish
thing.
with
we're
the
doing the
best
thing
of
where we
them.
forget that defense is like the whole entire second half of the game.
And offense is an important part of the game too. And then
It
Trae
is.
Young averaged
And
26.
like
And I think Trae Young is a
De'Aaron
top
Fox
3
can't
offensive
score?
point guard in the league.
Yeah,
but
Trae Young
I'm
averaged
rocking with
26 and
De'Aaron
10.
Fox.
He averaged a double-double.
Trey Young's a liability on defense. De'Aaron Fox can guard anyone in the league.
I would say anyone. I would say anyone.
Any-
Noted,
any
I'm
guard
not.
in the
Noted,
league,
I'm not
sorry.
saying like Drew Holiday top 5. He's like a
Oh.
top 5 defensive point guard. But
Sure.
if you're good on both sides of the ball, then I'm rocking with you, and that's De'Aaron Fox.
I feel like you could put De'Aaron
like
Fox
De'Aaron- no,
even.
trust
You
me,
could
yeah.
put De'Aaron Fox higher if you wanted to too.
That is the why I would
too.
put Kyrie in front of Luka though. I know Kyrie's not a great defender by any means, but when he chooses to be locked in, he's great. I don't know if I've seen Luka
Like in the
choose to be
playoffs.
locked in on defense and be great. But they're on the same team, so who the fuck cares, honestly?
Yeah, I don't-
If you're a Mavs fan, you like it either way.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's like 2A, 2B. I feel like if you go Kyrie and
So you
Luka.
would put D Fox higher over who?
I might put him 4.
Would you put 4?
I'm not putting him
Dame.
over Dame.
Oh, over Dame. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough because I feel like that's the
No, I
consensus
wouldn't.
top 4, and then you can fill in that 5
Yeah.
spot with whoever you
Yeah.
want. But right now, I don't know. I might take.
It's,
I might take
it's
De'Aaron Fox
close
over
between
Dame.
Trae and De'Aaron Fox
Yeah.
because Trae is just the entire Atlanta Hawks like offensive hub. But
And his IQ, Trae Young's IQ on offense is great. It's exceptional. It's not easy to
Finish that. I don't know if I hear that.
No,
whole
but
thought.
it's. I'm serious. Like, we've been blessed with like the triple doubles of Russell Westbrook and stuff. It's not easy to average a double double. It's not, especially as a point guard. And finding guys averaging 10 assists a game is great stuff. And I like that a lot. And that's why I'm gonna put him at 5 over De'Aaron Fox. I love De'Aaron Fox. I think he's an exceptional point guard. But I'm gonna put Trae Young at 5 just because of his IQ on offense, just because of how talented he is.
You know what?
So
IQ,
His IQ.
I mean,
his shooting
his
ability,
ability to share
his
the ball.
passing ability.
shooting ability.
He's a good shooter. He had it off
I
this
know
year.
Fox
he
he had his
Fox can
worst
shot.
shooting
Yeah,
year
Fox
since he
don't
had
got-
his worst shooting year
But
since
it,
he was.
but it's
Fox
not. It wasn't a
can
bad
shot,
shooting
dude.
year.
Like,
And in the grand scheme of things,
You don't think Fox got the?
I think he led the league.
does.
He led the league in turnovers this year. I'm pretty sure
Trae
total
Young?
turnovers. Yeah,
oh yeah, but Gio don't care
it's like
about
if
that,
you're
man.
so like
Double-double.
That matters. No, that matters. But he's still moving
and
the
winning
ball
matters
really well.
too. And I think Trae has also single-handedly won games, but he's also been a part. He's been a big reason why the Hawks have lost
But
from
one of
time
the
to
reasons
time.
the Kings are
I
so
can't think
damn
of a game
good-
I've seen De'Aaron Fox screw the Kings out of a dub.
What are we talking about? Winning matters.
De'Aaron Fox is also didn't he win the Clutch Player of the Year award?
did.
Like
He
he's
did.
literally the most clutch player in
he's
basketball.
Clutch. He's clutch. I didn't say that. I said it's
That's a
close.
huge factor.
Again,
though.
there's levels to it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
Jamal Murray, who just won a championship, is better than either of those
I wouldn't.
guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't take winning.
So you got to take it. There's
and I wouldn't take winning into account because two of the point guards that JBobby said are on a bad team, the Dallas Mavericks.
I'm not calling the Mavericks a bad team. They could not figure it out. They traded away all their good defensive players. They're gonna be fine this year.
I'm actually curious. So obviously, I'm wearing the fucking Niners shirt. I'm from the Bay. I love Steph. Why do you got Steph over Luka still? Because I feel like not a lot of people would agree with that. I feel like a lot of people would put Luka.
what
I
has
disagree.
What has
I
Luka
think
done?
it's
I disagree.
consensus.
What has
Steph.
Luka
Maybe I'm just talking to Felipe too fucking much.
What is
Definitely,
Yeah,
that is
that's why.
exactly what it is.
What has Luka done?
Yeah.
What is he?
No, I'm with you.
He beat the Suns.
I'm
and
just.
that
I was
cool,
just wanted to
but
like hear
That was
from
clutch.
from
It
a
was
non-Warriors
sick.
fan
And who
perspective
did
because
they play?
What happened?
Who did they play after
The Warriors.
Suns?
And also
Okay.
Luka. Every single year, Luka. Everyone says Luka's going to win the MVP. This is his MVP to lose, and he loses every fucking time. You know who hasn't
Don't
lost?
get me
You
wrong.
know, Steph has an MVP.
Luka is like that.
too.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Curry,
Yeah.
Curry got 4 rings.
The only argument I can think is that Steph has had better coaching and has had just a better player center and a better system. But I don't like
sure.
to. I don't like to knock a guy because of that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
Well, yeah, but that's also
If
like,
it's very
Steph can't
close,
do
if it's
anything
very
about that,
close,
right?
then I'll give a nod to the other guy. But Steph's been winning more. His numbers are crazy. A lot of his numbers are better than his MVP years, but people just don't
gonna
like
say
give
the
him
la-
because it's a
The
narrative.
last
it's
2 years,
award.
Steph's
Like,
been playing the best basketball of his entire
Yeah,
career.
yeah.
And he elevated on defense for sure, too. I feel like he's a lot better
He's the
defender.
best shooter of all time. So
I mean, steals, yeah.
Yeah, no, like his steals
he
are
plays
up. His steals are up.
timely defense. Like,
Yeah, he knows when to, he knows
I
how
want
to
to
play.
say elevated on defense.
He's elevated his game on defense at least the last few years. It's not like he's
No, my-
good like good defensively. He's better.
he's bulked up a little bit, which has helped.
Yeah,
his
he
handles,
is. He's
his
also-
handles are way better than Luka's.
Oh, not even close.
Not even
Yeah.
close.
I mean, it's
I mean,
Kyrie,
that's not what
it's
makes him
Kyrie
better,
and Steph
but-
got the
Why
2
you
best
squinting?
handles of all time.
J-Bob, why
You
you
can put me on
squinting,
that.
Hold on. Luka
Don't
moves
sleep
it-
on AI.
Have you seen the videos of
I
Luka,
still got Steph over
doing
AI,
the dribbling
but-
drills?
Why? Because he fucking can bounce a tennis ball against the wall. So,
No, but
I
have you
can
seen
do
Luka?
that.
Luka's like,
I mean, yeah,
Listen,
I mean,
Luka's
that's-
good handles,
I mean,
but
Bro.
Luka got a fat man game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we used to, like Paul Pierce. We used to call Paul Pierce the slow roast. Like you feel me? And like Luka is kind of like that. He's like the slow roast, like the slow hibachi. You know what I'm saying? In front of you, cook it up, but it's gonna get done.
No, he's
You know what I'm
moving-
saying?
he's
And
moving
you,
it-
You like. You think because it's fast, so it's sexy to you.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not
But,
saying
like,
that.
Luka can handle that rock.
yeah, Luka moves at 75% speed.
It's almost
but he's
more
cooking dudes.
impressive sometimes that he is like
Yeah.
that, like slow, but
And
can
how
just
does he
like
create-
see shit and like
How
whip
does
the
he
ball
create
around.
separation moving that slow too? He's just got to be so technical.
Fundamental.
Like,
That's
Yeah,
that's the
fundamentals
Luka
is
the
the
big
That's-
fundamental
that's European
2.0.
basketball.
That is European.
I was gonna say
That's
Europe,
FIBA.
bro. When I saw Luka doing like the tennis ball drill and shit, I'm like, you think
That's
they
not-
do
that's
that?
not-
They're
that's
not doing that out
bullshit.
there, bro.
All these stupid
They don't
ass-
train with that shit.
all
He's
these-
dribbling
all
a
these
basketball.
dumb basketball trainers.
Yeah.
These stupid ass fucking training tips to make you a better basketball player, and that shit doesn't help. Yes,
You know what Luka
I ain't gonna
did? He
lie.
picked up a basketball.
Curry has great hand-eye coordination. I'm probably sure it works for him, but does that work for everybody? Does that translate? No. So you got to do what's best for you and your personnel and what you got. For Luka, that is the fucking stupidest shit I ever seen. Like he was in disarray trying to do that shit. Like,
I know,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? Like free my boy out them stupid ass training sessions. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever do that shit again. But I'm saying your bag is your bag. John Wall career is over. Like there ain't no coming back from that, bro. And I love John Wall. And I love what he did. He was like,
Shout out Troop 40.
shout out who?
Troop 40?
Song.
Do the John Wall.
I think it was
Yeah.
241.
41,
You know
41.
what I'm saying? Nah, but shout out
The
John Wall.
boys.
He's iconic figure in the basketball community. But I think at this point, after those years where, you know, all those years at Rose Bar in DC and having those good old times with the strippers at Stadium, I think it's just like it's past you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you went to the Clippers, you had this period where you were looking really, really washed. And I'm not saying that slanderous. You just look crazy. And then you actually came back to the Clippers. We were excited for you. And then you got released. And then after that, I just think at a certain point, you have to say either knee-how or retire. And I think at this point, we love you, we appreciate your career, but it's no coming back for you.
John Wall and Dwight Howard about to go crazy together off
Yeah,
stuff.
you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't hate if a team during the season needs some depth, sign him to a veteran minimum. Why not? Just throw a flyer on it.
What team could
what's the
could
word?
John Wall realistically help with though?
The Chicago Bulls are in
Yes.
desperate need of a point guard. That's
Yes,
why
they
I brought
are.
up James Harden last week. All he has to do is drive and kick. He doesn't got to shoot. They got DeRozan. They got Levine. They got Vooch. They got spacing. He's still get downhill. Can't really do much other than that. But
Yeah, but just throw a veteran minimum at him because I don't think any team. He's not going to get millions and millions of dollars if he wants it. Just
No,
got to
he's-
accept.
he's-
You got to
that's out
accept the
of
vet
question.
minimum. Got to accept it, and I don't see why a team shouldn't do it. Just sign him to a 10-day, see what he does.
I mean,
And then,
if he goes
whatever.
there and he just rides the bench and they cut him too, then that's just it's wasting everyone's time. So don't do that. But if he can still get downhill, the Chicago Bulls are a team that could use John Wall.
I think he'll come back to the. I think his path to the NBA is if someone gets hurt during the season and a team needs some depth, a point guard, a guard like that. They'll sign a guy like him.
Or another
'Cause he's a
pandemic
vet.
happens because Joe Johnson came back from the grave to play for the Celtics.
Oh, yeah, I
that's
forgot
kind of
about
I
that
love
shit.
ISO Joe,
They
so
need
that
it.
was
Or
sick.
go to the big three. I guess.
Listen, let's talk about
No.
somebody irrelevant. Is Kevin Porter Jr.'s career over?
We're
be.
talking about that.
Should
We're
be.
talking about that.
It's like
Absolutely, he
the
should.
fifth time he's done something horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a locker room cancer. He's been a locker room cancer for a long time.
He's a cancer in a lot
he
of
was
different rooms.
he was
for sure.
he was with the Cavs, right? He started with the
He was
Cavs.
with the Cavs, and they gave his number. They gave his locker to someone else, and he threw a fit. So they traded him for a top, no, you can't protect second, but they traded him for a second round picks. They traded him for a bag of diapers.
Yeah, so if you
For
don't
bag of
know,
diapers.
Kevin
Some
Porter
mozzarella
Jr.
sticks.
got into a domestic dispute with his significant other.
a WNBA
Right?
player. How dare
Yeah.
he? Because guys like that should not be in the league. Absolutely should not. But Miles Bridges came back, and the sad reality is a team will call Kevin Porter Jr. because he is young and he has that talent.
know.
I don't know about that. The reason why I don't know about that is because I don't think it's like the NFL. The NFL sweeps a lot of shit under the rug. With the NBA, to an extent, but I think with Kevin Porter Jr., I think they should get rid of him to send a message.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, we talked
they need to
about
start doing
Boogie Cousins last week, and I was like, yeah, I could see a team being like, I don't want to sign him because he's just constantly getting thrown out of games. But again, getting thrown out of games is nowhere near as bad as the shit he did. So if Boogie Cousins is indeed getting blackballed, then absolutely Kevin Porter Jr. is going to get
Yeah,
shipped to the moon.
And I think we have to keep in mind with Ja, right? I love Ja, and what Ja has done over these past year, a couple months or so, has been really not only on Ja, but on the NBA as well as the image. It's gonna start to look out of control, and I'm glad Ja is on the right track because realistically, Ja didn't do anything illegal, so he should be in the NBA again. But I think people have to understand regardless of how you feel, being in the NBA is a privilege, and you are a role model to some extent.
I was gonna say I don't know why any other profession you do shit like this, you're not getting a job ever again, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna go to jail, you're gonna go to prison, you're gonna serve time just because this guy can shoot a fucking basketball well and play some defense. He's getting a pass over that over everyone else. I think that's ridiculous. I think NBA Adam Silver, I feel is commissioner that is the guy that would put his foot down and say we're not having any of this shit anymore. I've had too much for the last year or two. Fuck this, and he would actually blackball him from the league.
There's hundreds of
He
guys.
has to do something to make a statement because the last couple of years has been a lot of shit.
There's hundreds of guys waiting for their opportunity in the NBA that have nowhere near the rap sheet or so to say, not actual legit rap sheet, but rap sheet of Kevin Porter Jr. And they deserve that opportunity. When your number's called, these guys would do anything to take that opportunity. And Kevin Porter Jr. is just all right, whatever. I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. No, the fuck you're not. You're going to get cut. And I think he should, and I think he should get blackballed for sure.
Harder than paid, where we tackle the real issues, baby.
Play stupid games, get stupid prizes.
Listen, man, like I always say, like and subscribe, share, comment, and if you want to ask us anything, let us know, and we'll answer it on the next episode. Please let us know. This has been Harder Than Paid with JBobby. Thank you, Jack, for coming on.
I got you, brother.
Caps off.
Jet the fuck up.
Yeah, jet the fuck up. Jet life, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl. Go to thegameday.com. We out of here. Fuck the Colts.
Fuck the Colts.
Does JBobby make you angry? Well, that's good. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe, baby.